Maybe some of the car I need to fill out.
Well, everything always comes to us.
Well, sometimes later.
Your thing isn't on yet, is it?
Yes, sir.
But it's already.
Is it, have you put us on yet? Have you put us on yet? Not yet.
And so the federal flag is ready and
Okay, so you just now put me on,
right,
recording it
yeah, we're live.
just now?
Yes.
Okay.
Just, I try to do that early because one time he didn't,
Yeah.
like 5 minutes after.
Yeah.
And stop.
Yeah, that was good.
Hey, Mark, that'd be good though, wouldn't it, if we could do that?
It's not gonna be too busy tonight, is it? It's not gonna be too busy tonight.
Don't look like it does.
I don't know.
There's a lot of people up there talking to us. I guess it's right time one for folks.
Nobody shows up much unless they've got something, you know what I mean, official subject most of the time, isn't it?
It's time, man. Good time. All right, it's time.
That thing's scary.
Okay. All right, is everybody ready? It's 5:30. All right, welcome to our town meeting. Glad to have you here, September the 15th, 2025. All right, Mr. Blazer will have our prayer for us.
Dear kind and gracious Father, we come to you today and thank you so much for your tremendous love and grace and mercy toward us today. Father, we just ask for your guidance throughout this meeting, and Lord, that all the businesses at hand be taken care of. And Lord, we're going to give you praise for everything you do. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
He's a preacher down at Church of God here in Unicoi. He said anybody's welcome.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Bring your cousin and uncle too.
Okay. All right, let's see, Mark. We're gonna have a song before we have pledge.
I walked through the county courthouse square on the park bench and old man was sitting there. I said, your old courthouse is kind of run down. He said, no, that was too far down. I said, your old flagpole is leaning a little bit. That's a ragged old flag you got hanging on. He said, have a seat. And I sat down. Is this the first time you've been to our little town? I said, I think it is. He said, I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that flag. You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burned the night that Francis Scott Key said, watching it right and say, can you see? And it got a bad rip in New Orleans. Packagetown and Jackson dug it at the seams. It almost fell in the Alamo beside the Texas flag she waved on. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville. She got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard over that flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low beside the tree. She was in Korea, Vietnam. She went where she was sent. been burned, dishonored, denied, refused, and the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare, she's wearing thin, but she's in good shape. She's been through the fire before, and I believe she will take a whole lot of it. So we raise her up every morning, we take her down every night, we don't let her touch the ground, we fold her up. On second thought, I do like to brag, because I'm mighty proud of that brag.
Attention, salute, pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna ask for approval. August 18th.
Gotta do the roll call real quick.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, Alderman Day. Here. Alderman Lemon.
Here.
Alderman Phillips. Here. Vice Mayor Rattner.
Here,
Mayor McIntyre.
Here. Making mistakes. We're gonna ask for approval of the August 18th BMA meeting.
motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
Alderman Day.
Yes.
Alderman Lemon.
Yes.
Alderman Phillips. Yes. Vice Mayor Rattner.
Yes,
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. Okay, now we got approval on the August 27th BMA work session minutes. Motion,
motion to approve.
Second.
any discussion?
Alderman Day.
Yes.
Alderman Lemon.
Yes.
Alderman Phillips. Yes. Vice Mayor Rattner.
Yes,
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. I now ask for approval. September the 10th, BMA, Communication Director. Quiz. Interviews.
Motion approved. Second.
Have any discussion?
Alderman Day.
Yes.
Alderman Lemon.
Yes.
Alderman Phillips. Yes. Vice Mayor Rattner.
yes,
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. Okay, we have any previous requests from citizens? Okay. Okay, does anybody want to say anything? All right. That's good. Okay, now we got the second reading on the property on Golf Course Road, from low density to agriculture. And is there anybody got any discussion on this? All right,
Motion to approve.
Second.
Alderman Day.
Yes.
Alderman Lemon.
Yes.
Alderman Phillips. Yes. Vice Mayor Rattner.
yes,
Mayor McIntyre.
yes. Okay, unfinished business, none. Other business? All right, we got the presentation, the Shepherd Glenn McIntyre Memorial Scholarship. This is mine and Susan's son. And on the plaque, it says by the board and the citizens. And this will go out every year. You're welcome to come up here and read it. And it stunned me when they came up with this idea. It's just beyond what I would have ever thought. So I want to thank all of you. Even the people who's not here. Thank you. Seth, did you?
Yeah. Yeah, so this came about back in budget season, so I'm just gonna read a letter here that I drafted to the mayor then. It says, a memo to Mayor McIntyre. The scholarship establishment that is going to be presented today was unanimously approved enthusiastically by all of your fellow aldermen. It was discussed if we should inform you ahead of time, but ultimately, we all thought keeping it a secret from you would be a great way to honor your family and keep you from conflict of interest claims by any citizen. Your lifelong passion for the place you live is unmatched in the community. Your resolve has been tested time and time again, yet you remain steadfast in your faith in God and propensity to keep on ushering your hometown towards being a place that all citizens want to live. It is my understanding that your son Shepherd was an all-American kid and student when he tragically lost his life. As such, we would like to permanently honor his memory in the town of Unicoi by establishing the Shepherd Glenn McIntyre Memorial Scholarship presented by the town of Unicoi. You'll hear more about the criteria and selection process for the scholarship recipient next. We are really inching close to the end of the school year, so the committee selection does not have time to be more meticulously vetted. With your blessing, Alderman Lemon has graciously agreed to chair the committee, which that all happened, and then Alderman Lemon chaired that committee, and they had several interested candidates, and she'll talk about that selection process now.
Yes, thank you. Well, being a 32-year employee from the Unicoi County School System, I knew Shepherd very well. I've known his family since he was born and taught his siblings. So this means an awful lot to our community. Shepherd was a wonderful young man. So when it was mentioned, I wholeheartedly, as the whole board did, and you've already heard, agreed to do this. It couldn't go for a better cause. Now, it was difficult in trying to coordinate this initially, but once we got going, being a former school counselor, one of the things I did was school scholarships at the end of the year. So I was very familiar with the process there. So we came up with a committee which consisted of educators in the town of Unicoi. All of them were from the town of Unicoi. That was one of the criteria. Seth was wonderful in guiding this by creating some of the criteria for the questions and for the application processes and things like that. And I followed through as chair and talking to these educators, getting them together, and they graciously agreed to do it and thought it was a wonderful idea. So we had a team going. I took the applications first to the counseling office at Unicoi County High School and to the Ayers Foundation. Our criteria was that it would be anonymous to all of the electing committee members. We did not know names going into it. I gave it to this task to the Ayers Foundation representative to assign numbers, random numbers, and to keep those numbers listed with the person's name that had to be from the town of Unicoi. And they had to submit reasons why they felt like they should be a good applicant for this memorial award. Most of them already knew of Shepherd, and they're a lot younger, but they knew of him and the family. So when we distributed those at the counseling office and at the Ayers Foundation office, I made multiple trips up there to talk to them to make sure that they understood the instructions. A deadline was set, and again, everything was anonymous so that there would be no question as to how this process was moving forward. We had 10 initial applicants take out the forms, and they filled them out, but never brought them back. So we had to extend that deadline that we had set, and finally we had some students bring them back. This is not unusual for our students because at the end of the school year they have so much going on in their life with testing and scholarship information, applying for colleges, etc. So it was a busy time, and we were late getting into that process, and by doing so, I was happy that we had 10 people that were interested and picked up those forms. Unfortunately, by the time we were ready to cut the deadline off for the second time, we only had 2 return. We were waiting for 2 others that had told us they would return, or told Ayers Foundation they would return them, and we only got the 2. So we sat here, we all had questions. It consisted again of educators, 2 retired educators and educators who are currently at Unicoi County High School. And as we sat here with our questions, none of us really had talked about any of the candidates. All we knew is that we had a number walking through the door. And so when they sat down before us, they were excellent. Each and every candidate that we had, they were more than qualified. All of them were planning on a college career. They were headed to different places. And so they just did a wonderful, wonderful interview. The ladies, retired educators, did an excellent job in interviewing them. After we gave them our questions, every student got, or every applicant got the same questions asked to them when they appeared before us. And then we sat and talked about it. We were really going to make it a couple of days before we decided, but, you know, we really thought that we had one candidate that stood out, and so that's the one that we chose. And so I submit her name to you now. She is the 2025 Shepherd Glenn McInturf, a recipient of his award. And Kevin and I both were there on the nights that these were presented for awards night, and he gave out the Shepherd Glenn McInturf Award. And because we had another candidate, I ended up giving them my husband posthumously the Dwight Bennett Scholarship Award for basketball. And so it turned out great for everyone, and we were more than proud to do this for these students. And I say, I didn't give you the name, but it's Marley Cornett. She's a senior. And I called to find out, you know, where she is this time in her career, you know, if she actually decided on the school and went there. And I didn't get a response back from one of the counselors, but I know I will, and I can report back to you later. But she was excited to get the scholarship award, and we were very, very proud as educators to award her that scholarship. Are there any questions as to what, there's more to the process. It was pretty in-depth. When I would go up there and talk to some of the students, we would meet in a room and discuss things, what they were, and they didn't take out, they ended up not taking out their application because sometimes students don't want to put forth too much effort at the end of the year. So word did get around thanks to the Ayers Foundation. I want to thank them for helping with this, and the Unicoi County High School Counseling Department. So it went very well.
Okay, next, on other business, we've got the recognition of our outgoing communications gal over here, Amber Howard. And I tell you what, Amber's done a terrific job. She's always been there. She's always done what she's been asked to do professionally and to the exact note. So we hate to see you go, but she's moving on up. And that's what young people do, and we wish her the best in the future. Thank you for serving with us. Yeah. Would you like to say anything?
Not right now, I'll get there in a little bit.
Okay, thank you. All right. Under new business, we got Michaela. We have picked her as our new communications young lady. She's worked in the kitchen. She's experienced it, really everything that we need to do here. And so what we're going to do tonight is we are going to vote on her. She'll be communications, parks, recreation, over the kitchen, same thing as Amber's doing. And she's excited about being here. She put in her 2-week notice where she's at. She'll be here on the 24th. And now, let's see, do we need to have any discussion on that?
After you get a motion in a second.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay.
Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips. Yes. Vice Mayor Radford.
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. I'm glad you're here to keep me in order. Okay. All right, now the next thing we got. We've been offered to all the staff and all the full-time employees, if they have, anybody has an accident, for $75 per household, not per person, we are covered if we have to be airlifted from an accident. So that's $75 per household per year. And we thought since none of the employees got a raise this year or anything, that would be a little perk for them. So, and at that price, I mean, that's like a no-brainer, but, okay, do we have a motion on that?
Motion approved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips. Yes. Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. Okay, next thing we got coming up, we're gonna have the first reading on panhandling. We're gonna cut this out. We've had a lot of problems with it, and our police department, our law enforcement, they took a lot of, back talk and everything else over this. So that's what we're gonna try to do here, have the first reading on that.
Is it first reading?
First reading.
Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve. Second.
Any discussion?
Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips. Yes. Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
Yes. All right, now we go to our reports, and Austin Finch called me today and said he had something going on at economic development this afternoon. He couldn't be here, so I told him I'd tell everybody. Okay, and Lisa, nobody's here from the Historic Association, so we'll skip that one. If anybody, did we ever hear if they got the flagpole up yet?
They did it today.
They did today.
That was-
All right, so we got it up to the bell ring, and don't forget the bell ring.
Bill rings, what, next Saturday, not this Saturday, but the next, isn't
Yeah, it was the 30th.
It's actually this Saturday.
It's
it? Oh, it's this Saturday?
Yeah, I thought it was the 20th. Okay.
At 2:00,
So it's this Saturday?
at 2:00, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's see, I guess one to your next.
Well, we didn't have any planning or BZA because we didn't have any agenda items, so we did not meet either group.
Okay. Amber, we'll do the kitchen.
All right, so for the kitchen for the month of August, we had an active member count of 32. I gave 3 tours during August. Clients used the kitchen for 220 hours. That went to 7 clients, 8 including the resident who only used it for an hour. I also listed on the report revenue by client. I did onboard a new client in August, so their deposit is gonna affect the revenue. Here, month to month for our August, we did have a class. We did get $200 revenue from the class. It was a summer middle school with Appalachian Honor Students Council. That 200 didn't get deposited in August. It was to pass it to the first one of the August, so that'll be reflected in those hours. And then we had hourly booking revenue of 3,270. We had 10 storage clients, storage revenue was $764. Fee revenue was 100, there was no truck revenue for August. Total revenue again, $4,173. Total deposits equal 250. Notes from August, again, that summer film school was $200, but it wasn't posted in August revenue, but it was budgeted in September. The Avante Boot Camp is going to be pushed back to October 7th. It's going to run every Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. It will end on November 18th with a showcase in the house. The expected revenue depends on how many people sign up, but it's estimated to be at least $1,000 over the course of 6 weeks. The billboard that we had prepared. We did some a printer and some small little orders, and then some other items in the kitchen need repaired. So the 80-gallon steam kettle, we're gonna have maintenance look at it and determine if it has life left or if it is really years expired. And then other equipment is out of order, might be oven, convection oven, and 12-gallon steam kettle. So we want to make sure, I wrote this down a very thorough list, make sure that everyone that needed to see it. So where we're at in the grant now, where I intended to see it go, the priority would be fixing equipment in the kitchen for all kitchen clients to use. Any questions on the kitchen?
What is the, have the Monte boot camp?
So it's a startup, so basically, they've done programs like this in other areas before, so it's general business startups. This is specifically focused on hospitality and food industry businesses, so people that want to start up. They're gonna be in the kitchen, so for 6-7 weeks, you see it so many times. The kitchen, hopefully people that sign up for the boot camp will join the kitchen too. But people from like Food City and like Pepsi, just all these knowledgeable people in the food industry are gonna talk to the individuals that sign up for the class to get them like a leg forward in their businesses. So having hospitality focus, doing it at the kitchen instead of just a conference room, we do hope to see people sign on in the kitchen.
Good. You want to do Parks Recreation, Emily?
I have been working on the Buffalo Beach Master Plan. Includes a needs assessment, so specifically down there at Buffalo Beach Park. We all know the walking track needs repairs, some other things need work on down there as well. So I've been working on that. We still need a community involvement workshop, so to get community members to see what they would like to see down there. Just in general, what they need repaired. Sometimes community members see things that I or staff may not see. So it's good to have community involvement. So I've been working on that. It's a work in progress, not final. If the next director can take it on and add to it and keep going. We were working on facilities applications based off of our work session discussion. I had made the updates where if someone were to cancel within 48 hours, if it's outside of 48 hours, they can get their money back, or it's in that 48 hour limit. So basically, everything we talked about in the workshop, I updated on that facilities application. The Buffalo Creek Park Arboretum cleanup is in October. Tony wants the date to be later, because that's a better time to prune and trim trees. The cruising grand finale will be on September 27th from 5 to 8 p.m. So it's a little bit more extended. We did get the trophy in today for People's Choice. It looks really good. And then other awards will be given as well. Everyone's going to get a certificate. That's one award. And then there will also some donated items that we'll be giving out to some people as well. Thank everyone for coming. The yard sale just happened on September 13th. Trish told me that it was a pretty good turnout. Almost everyone sold something except maybe one person. But they had some high-end jewelry, so they got fun. So, other than that, there was an ad posted for the yard sale cruising in the early record, so hopefully that helped lots and larger craft. Okay, any other questions on any of that?
Okay.
All right,
You done?
that's it.
All right, now we'll have our police department. You can step up here and introduce yourself to us.
Afternoon, my name's Aaron Hemler, I'm with the police department. She couldn't be here and Chris had a prior engagement he had to go to. So this month we've had 93 calls that have been initiated from dispatch for us. That's not counting the calls that we'll initiate ourselves out on the street. Talking to people, going out, somebody pull up, we have calls for service that way as well. So that number's not included. We issued about 30 verbal warnings for speed, traffic violations, parking violations. Right now we have about 4 citations in town court, but it seems like a lot of our stuff is going to sessions court now. It will deal with more more stuff like the drugs or the reckless driving, stuff like that, that has to get sent down to Irwin, to Sessions Court, so we have a law that going to Sessions Court now. Had multiple arrests, whether it was for domestic violence, drug-related situations here in town. Those are, of course, going down to the county court. They're going to jail, so those numbers are not really populating here. We need to do a better deal of keeping that number documented too, so you guys understand. There's a whole lot of stuff here going on. We're arresting a lot of people. It's getting sent to county court. It's not being documented in our numbers when you pull up our numbers when you look in the cloud file. So we need to make sure those are documented better for you guys also. Numerous arrests for everything. We've had several arrests for illegal, undocumented, whatever you want to call it, a certain group of people coming in, everything from DUIs to reckless driving. Other issues, a lot of them have outstanding warrants. We'll run a social security number or a passport number, and it shows they have arrested and taken to jail. And those are being placed on detainers, and Homeland Security are coming in and interviewing most of those. Most of them are being transported out of the jail. So those people we've had several ourselves that we've initiated the stops in the town. We've assisted the county with numerous stops. Friday night, we had some more right here in front of the Black Diamond. I assisted the county with. Those gentlemen went to jail also. Reckless driving, drunk driving, no license, vehicle with no insurance. So those are issues that if my daughter gets hit head on leaving Walmart one night, we're out of luck with that. So we're really concentrating on the traffic situation around here a lot more. A lot of calls for service for assisting EMS also. Everything from cardiac arrest to lift assist. If we hear that come out on the radio, we're usually assisting them. We'll let dispatch know, hey, we're going to run down there and assist on this cardiac arrest. Usually we're out there before EMS gets there. Most of the time we show up on scene so we can go ahead and get CPR started, or we can go ahead and start interviewing whoever is needing the help, so we can do that. Several active investigations are going on by Chief Rice and Deputy Boynes right now. They are everything from death investigations to child abuse to juvenile sexual assaults here in town. So all those cases are being investigated by Chief Rice right now. He's got several search warrants he's actively working on right now, so we can get those people interviewed and appropriate charges on that if it needs to be. Pretty much that's it. The numbers, like I said, with the citation, just only showing 4 on the file this month, but we've done a whole lot more than that. It just seems like everything's getting put into Sessions Court now, or they're going to jail, and that actually doesn't show up on our citation report. It shows as an arrest, but it shows in county instead of town court. So a lot of these numbers, we need to do a better job documenting that for you guys, so you can understand that there's a lot more going on than just the 93 calls for service. Some nights I'm out here and I don't stop from the time I clock on, even before I clock on. When I go 10-8, as soon as I go 10-8, they've got calls stacked up, and I'm running out trying to back up Chief or back up Chris. And some nights it's just wide open. And then there's other nights we're looking for stuff. Walmart's been really active right now with shoplifters. I'm not sure if you've heard the news. We've had several. Last Sunday, there were 4 people ran out with about $3,600 worth of items. Nick Andes actually was pulling into the parking lot when he saw them running out. He was able to catch 3 of them. One of them took across the interstate, and he took off up on the mountain. We couldn't find him, but the other 3 caught him. One had to be transported to the hospital. She decided she couldn't breathe and was having a seizure. As soon as they backed into the hospital, she jumped out the back door of the ambulance, and I've not been able to find her yet either. So a lot of stuff is going on at Walmart. Just on a side note with the panhandling, that is a great idea. A lot of this stuff, the calls for service will be somebody panhandling. They get aggressive here. I worked in Asheville for 35 years. I saw it up there. They get aggressive. They will block traffic. I've seen it here in front of the Walmart down here. And we have to talk to these individuals. A lot of them have outstanding warrants from other areas. That's the reason they're homeless. That's the reason they're running around. They think nobody's going to talk to them in the little town of Unicoi, but we usually do. And then that's when we find out they have active warrants from somewhere else. A lot of times they, of course, have drugs on them, have weapons on them. Several of them we pull weapons off of them. Most of them we pull drugs off. So if we can get that right now started, that will help us all out. Dollar General, we are all the time getting calls about people out front panhandling. Black Diamond, it depends on how late in the afternoon it is. After dark, we'll see one or two up there. But a lot of those people are in the numbers here where they are listed as an arrest because they had drugs on them or they had an outstanding warrant. So those arrests, most of those are investigations where we've arrested somebody. Usually if they have an outstanding warrant from another city or another state, when we take them in, we usually don't report that as an arrest. In our records, we just report it as an assist because we didn't actually do the warrant. So we're just assisting them, we're getting them to the jail so they can be served the warrant so the county can actually get the credit for the arrest. So it's a lot of nights out here, pretty active. And anybody wants to ride along, they're more than welcome to hop in the car with me. So, but that's about all I got. Anybody got any questions? So,
Thank you. Thank you for doing the job and filling us in. Thank you for taking the time here
Oh,
tonight.
absolutely. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, Sheriff.
Okay, Seth, you want to do the court report?
Yeah, so for the court, in the month of August 2025, we received 14 court payments totaling $2,128.75.
Okay. Recorder's report.
So this should be my last update on Massachusetts Avenue at least, but they should be finishing it tomorrow. That was the last I heard from Joey on Friday. Have you heard anything different?
Well, no, they didn't work Friday, but they did work today. They wasn't working early this morning, but they were working up in the day today. So,
Yeah, he thought they were going to be finished tomorrow. I don't know if you talked to him since. That's what he told me Friday.
okay.
So this should be my last report saying that Massachusetts will, that word will finally get to slip out of my mouth. It's hard to say. Other things that's going on, for FEMA for this month, myself and one of our maintenance folks, Mike Jones, on Friday, we had to go over to Johnson City to get some quotes for equipment that we're going to have to look at renting to remove the debris that are still up on places like the golf course and Jim Jones Road. It's the cold one. It makes me think every time I say it. That is the name of the road down here. So we had to go to Johnson City to get some quotes on equipment. By the end of the week, I should have a presentation made to FEMA, hopefully, that they'll be able to reimburse us for all this equipment. We hope to use it for 3 months because there's still quite a bit of debris in our roadways and ditches that need to be pulled up and hauled up here and shredded and different things that we can do with it, which is an act of Congress itself. But hopefully, with dealing with the federal government, there's cultural different people that have to okay things like moving a tree that's laying on the road to bring it up here and let them ship. And it's a little bit of extra paperwork, a little bit of a headache, but hopefully by Friday we'll get at least a green light on that. So that's kind of what I've got for the recorder's report. But I also just want to thank Amber, for her. As you heard her reports here, she hasn't wound down her time. I know a lot of people will coast at the end, but Amber's been hard all the time. That's greatly appreciated. When I started here, when I did my first interview, Amber was the first person to greet me with a smile and a super nice and kind thing. I won't forget that. And she has done a tremendous job spearheading a lot of projects for the town. Spearheading our Strawberry Festival and our Fruit Festival. She did just a phenomenal job of that. And she leaves here with nothing but high remarks from me. So I just want to thank you for that. That's all I have.
Okay. And she's always concerned about the money spent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, sir. Any announcements? I see you got your financial report.
Got my financials here. Skewed for this month because there's a lot of things that come in August that are still part of fiscal year 24-25 ending June 30th. And then we also have Massachusetts, which makes our financials look a little weaker than what they actually, are. They'll get back to the positive numbers. But our revenue for the month of August was $274,842. Our expenses were $698,198, which means we lost $423,356.13 in August, which is just an eye-popping number that you consider. Most of our Massachusetts checks came out last month. They were pretty substantial. For the Mountain Harvest Kitchen, their revenue was $4,357, with their expenses $5,109, which means for the month of August, we lost $751.53 in the kitchen, which that's another testament to the job Amber did over there when she took over to where she is now. We considerably closed the gap from expense to almost income here, so that's another positive. That's what I got.
Huge difference, yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Motion to approve.
Second.
We'll just say, get back there. Did Wanda,
Yes.
and Charles say? Alderman Day,
Yes.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Phillips,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Radford,
Yes.
Mayor McIntyre.
yes. Okay. Is there any announcements?
So there will be a combined, and I talked to Dave about this earlier, there'll be a combined BMA, BZA, Planning Commission, town zoning workshop on Wednesday, September the 24th, right here at 10 o'clock. Andy, you said you're gonna be there too. That'll be right here in the Buffalo Conference Room at 10 o'clock on September the 24th. The next Planning Commission / BZA meeting will be held on Monday, October the 6th at 5:30 right here. And then the next BMA meeting will be held on Monday, October the 20th at 5:30 right here.
Okay. Anybody opposed to adjournment?
Motion adjourned.
Second.
All right, thank y'all.
Y'all come back now, Bill.
Yeah, y'all come back. That was too bad.
No, it doesn't